All right, shalom. All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakadash, Barakatam. Double honors to the elders and apostle of Great Millstone, to the Akim who are there pushing this truth for the edification of the body and for the building of the church. To you I salute. I want to do a brief lesson this morning on the wilderness, okay? Condition of the wilderness, all right? The Hebrew word for wilderness is midbar, M-I-D-B-A-R, and it refers to a dry, desolate place, okay? The wilderness is a place of that present condition of uncultivation, uninhabitation, okay? It is inhospitable, all right? And a region where there's neglect or abundant, okay? There's no place of relaxation or luxury or comfort, all right? However, okay, in the wilderness serve as a testing ground for faith, a place for profound spiritual encounter, okay? A period for transformation and purification, all right? The wilderness promotes humility and reliance on Yahweh. However, the wilderness are common to the servant, our servant, the prophet, even the people of Israel, all right? Because they were subjected to the wilderness, all right? Job was subjected to conditions of the wilderness. He was in the rough and physical state, okay? But he endured physical hardship and suffering and loss, okay? Because Job went physical suffering, social isolation, economic loss of kinfolks, all right? Let's go to Job 2 and 27 first. Job 2 and 7, Salakia, all right? So Satan went out from the presence of the Lord of the power and smote Job with sore, with boil, okay, from the sole of his foot unto his crown, okay? Verse 8, and he took him potsherd to scrape himself withal, and he sat down among the ashes, okay? A point of humility, being humble, all right? Job suffered great loss, all right? He was in a low state, okay? All right? Lower than his servant. However, the fruit of the wilderness, okay, is always a great abundance, okay? You're always more fruitful after the wilderness condition than before, okay? There's great abundance, great multiplication, all right? Even though Job was rich before, after the wilderness condition, all of his that he received afterwards were much greater more than what he had before, all right? Joseph was also subjected to condition of the wilderness, okay, whereby he underwent life-threatening condition, okay? If you go to Genesis 37 and 21 and 22, Genesis, okay, book of Genesis, Salakia, 37, all right, and 21 and 22, okay? Let me start from 20, okay? And it states, come now, therefore, let us slay him and cast him into some pit, okay? And we shall see some evil beast had devoured him, okay? And we shall see what will become of his dream, okay? 21, and Reuben heard it, and he delivered him out of their hands and said, let us not kill him. So Reuben delivered Joseph from death. And Reuben said, verse 22, unto them, shed no blood, but cast him into this pit. Cast him into this pit that is in the wilderness, and lay no hands upon him, okay, that he might rid him out of their hands, okay, to deliver him to his father again, to deliver him to his father again. Okay, so Reuben delivered Joseph from death, okay, but he was thrown into a pit in the wilderness, a place that was rough and rugged, okay, where there was a lot of hardship, okay? But all right. But after coming out of the wilderness, Salakia out of the pit, Joseph was, okay, was still under great subjection because he was sold and was, okay, a slave. He was bought by Potiphar and became a slave, all right, and was thrown into prison afterward, all right, okay. But from the wilderness, everything always is on the up and up. Everything is always on the up and up because you are exalted and raised to, you become more fruitful and raised to a higher level, okay? After which he was translated, he was exalted to governor of Egypt, okay? And answered only to Pharaoh, okay? If we go to Genesis 41 and 41, Genesis 41 and 41, Salakia, okay, it states, and Pharaoh said unto Joseph, see, I have set thee over all the land of Egypt. Verse 42. And Pharaoh took off his ring and his hand from his hands and put it upon Joseph, okay, upon Joseph's hand, and arrayed him in vesture of fine linen, okay, and put gold chain about his neck, okay, and he made him even ride in his second chariot, okay, which he had, and they carried him and bowed and okay, carried him before him, bowed the knee, and he made him ruler over all the land of Egypt. Okay, from the pit, okay, from the prison, he was exalted, okay, to a higher, okay, only Pharaoh was higher or greater than Joseph in Egypt, okay. The next precept we're going to go to is Exodus 13 and 18. Okay, the children of Israel were subjected to wilderness condition, to harsh condition, okay, for 40 years. Okay, let's go to Exodus, Salakia 13 and 18. Exodus 13 and 18. All right. But Yahweh led the people about through the way of the wilderness of the Red Sea, and the children of Israel went up harnessed out of the land of Egypt. They went up harnessed, okay, and harnessed suggests that they departed in organized military manner, expecting battle, an expectation of war or battle to fight, okay. Exodus 16 and 13 and 3 is the next precept. Exodus 16 and 3. Okay? Exodus 16 and 3, Salakia. All right? And the children of Israel said unto them, would to God, would to Yahweh, we had died by the hand of the power in the land of Egypt, when we sat by the flesh pot, and when he did eat to full, okay, to full. For ye have brought us, Salakia, forth into this wilderness to kill us, okay? All right? You have brought us forth into this wilderness to kill us, okay? So they sat by the flesh pot, and they always had their full, okay? There was always their food and water. But he said, you have brought us into this wilderness, into this harsh place, okay, to kill us, okay? Life-threatening condition, hardship, okay? However, more is to say about their ungrateful ways of the people. Nevertheless, Yahweh himself, okay, Salakia, hold on, because I want to get, Salakia, Lamentation 4 and 9, okay, because there was, Lamentation 4 and 9 said, it is, okay, better to die by the sword, okay, than famine, all right? Salakia, I don't want to chop it up. Lamentation 4 and 9. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger, for these pine away and stricken for want of fruit, okay, of the field, all right? But there's no fruit of the field in the wilderness, okay? So they were always harsh condition and hardship and lack, okay? They was always lacking food, water, okay? Harsh condition, okay? Nevertheless, okay, Yahweh Shai himself suffered, okay, wilderness condition, okay, condition of the wilderness, okay? Hebrews, let's go to Matthew 4 and 1. Matthew 4 and 1, okay? Because Yahweh Shai, after, okay, being baptized, he was tempted of Satan, okay, where he was carried up by the Spirit into the wilderness. Matthew 4:1 state, then Yahushua led up of the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil, okay? And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, okay, he was afterward and hungered. 40 days and 40 nights he fasted without food, okay? When the tempter came to him, he said, if thou be the son of Yahweh, of God, command these stones to be made bread, okay? If you be the son of God, command these stones to be made bread. It is written, man should not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of God, okay? Every word that proceeded out of the word of God, okay? So the wilderness, all right, is a harsh place, like I say. And Yahweh Shai went into the wilderness. The next precept we're going to go to is Hebrew 2:18. Let's go to Hebrew 2:18. Because see, Yahweh Shai himself suffered for us in the wilderness. He suffered, he was able to suffer the condition of the wilderness, all right, making himself, all right, an example for us. Salakia, Hebrew 2:18. I'm in Titus. All right. Hebrews 2:18. For in that he himself had suffered, being tempted, he is able to succor them that are tempted. Okay. He's able to, okay, comfort those or help those that are who are okay experience wilderness condition. Okay. By our faith in him, by our trust in his word, he is able to succor us. All right, of the wilderness. All right. If we rely on him, if we put our faith and trust in him, he would bring us through these wilderness conditions. All right. Even though when he fasted 40 days, he was weak and vulnerable. All right. Verse 43, Matthew 4:3. Okay. Salakia. Let's go to Matthew 4:6. All right. And said unto him, if thou be the Son of God, cast thyself down. All right. Silaki. No, we're going to go to 4:3 first. Matthew 4. When the tempter came to him, he said unto him, if thou be the Son of God, command these stones be made bread. Okay? And Yahushua said unto him, but he answered and said unto him, man, it is written, man should not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the word of God. Okay? So he's giving us the blueprint to how to handle the wilderness condition. All right? Spiritual will, he resisted the tempter. Matthew 4:4. It is written that man should not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of God. Okay? We would desire spiritual food, okay? Not the carnal and earthly food, all right? And this is how we defeat, overcome the tempter. We should live by the word of God, every word that proceeds out of the word of God, okay? Not our desire for spiritual food, but this carnal food, okay? The earthly food. Matthew 4:6. If thou be the son of Yahweh, cast thyself down. Okay, and Yahweh said unto them, it is written again, thou should not tempt the Most High God. Okay, you should not tempt the Most High God. All right, I should not tempt him. And again, the devil taken him, Matthew 4:8. Again, the devil take him upon an exceedingly high place, mountain, and shewed him all the kingdom of the world, and the glory of them. Okay, verse 9. And he said unto him, all these things will I give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship me. Matthew 4:10. Then said Yahushua unto him, get thee behind me, Satan, for it is written, thou shalt only worship the Lord thy God, and him only shalt thou serve. Okay? Only the Lord thy God shall be worshipped. Because Deuteronomy 6:13 state, thou shalt fear the Lord thy God, and serve him, and shall swear, okay, and swear by his name. So, and then after he came out of the wilderness, then, okay, the devil leaved him. And behold, the angels came and ministered unto him. The angel ministered unto him because he was glorified, okay, glorified state, okay. because he overcome the devil and the tempter. All right, and he became glorified and all right, exalted with might and power. Okay, to do all the miracles that he did. All right, and this is like I say, every time you are removed from the wilderness or come up out of the wilderness, you exalt it. Okay, everything that you had before is much greater. Everything is multiplied. You become more. Everything is more fruitful for you. So that is the purpose of being in the wilderness. And so I hope that this lesson was edifying and it served its purpose. And do not mind the harsh condition of the wilderness. Do not mind the worry about the trials and tribulation, but the goal that is to come after the wilderness, okay? Our reward that is in the future, that soon coming reward, because this kingdom is at its end. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is of the beginning that followed. I hope this lesson was edifying and it served its purpose. Shalom.